Greetings, Captain.
This is another episode of the coolest World of Warships show, Rico, Chet.
In this show, we test the durability of ship's armor and find out the true power of main guns.
We're still conducting incredible experiments and insane trials.
A ship that passes one of them gets 1 point added to their score.
The ship that has scored the most points by the end of a show wins in the Ricochet episode.
Well, it's high time to meet today's heroes.
Captain, for the first time on Ricochet, we have two ships of the same nation.
Battleships that, in addition to their big guns, can damage enemies with secondary guns and torpedoes.
You'll soon find out what two ships we're talking about. But before that, let's go to a commercial break.
A volcano is a geological formation that spews hot lava and volcanic gases to the Earth's surface from its depths. Take a look at these green trees and bushes at the footing of an active volcano. They could be destroyed at any moment if the volcano erupts. There are around 900 active volcanoes on land, and you can observe 3 of them on the hotspot map. Want to see more surprising acts of nature? Then we're waiting for you on our Warships Geographic channel. Discover the entire world with us, especially if your ship is first to go down to the bottom.
We're back. You're still watching Ricochet, where the right to become the best ship of the episode will be decided between
2 German Tier VIII battleships.
Please welcome the first battleship to be armed with torpedoes in our game, the legendary Tirpitz.
Her armament, 8 380mm guns. The maximum damage of the armor-piercing shells from all guns is 92,800. High explosive shells, 35,200. The armor at the central part of the hull at the citadel level is 480 millimeters thick. The ship's HP pool is 69,300. Tirpitz can also fire her numerous secondary guns. The ship has 16 105mm and 12 150mm guns.
Her opponent is a newcomer to the game, Zieten.
6 406mm guns. The maximum damage of the armor-piercing shells from all guns is 69,000. High explosive shells, 28,800. Her citadel armor is 410 millimeters thick. HP pool is 62,900. She has the same number of guns as Tirpitz.
And about the torpedoes, please.
1 launcher on each side. 4 torpedoes per salvo. Well, 8 if you attack utilizing both sides. Tirpitz comes equipped with torpedoes that have a range of 6 kilometers and cruising speed of 64 knots. The torpedoes on board Zieten have a 12-kilometer range and 50-knot speed.
I feel that we'll see an uncompromising fight in today's episode. Both battleships are worthy winners.
Then I suggest we start right away.
The first trial on our Ricochet show is Perfect Shot.
Our regular viewers probably know by now that these 2 battleships will be firing at each other with a single experimental armor-piercing shell.
Zieten is the first to fire. 4 Tirpitz will serve as targets. They're positioned 5, 10, 15, and 20 kilometers away.
The battleship that scores more citadel hits than her opponent will win this trial. If there are no citadel hits, the ship that inflicts more damage wins. Naturally, the reticle will be placed at the hull's center at the waterline level.
Everything set? Then let's go!
First shot, 5 kilometers.
Almost 3,800. No citadel hit.
10 kilometers.
Same. 3,795 damage.
A shot from 15 kilometers.
That's what I call German consistency. The numbers are still the same. I bet you a super container that Zieten will also hit for 3,795 damage from 20 kilometers.
If I were you, colleague, I wouldn't bet a super container so easily. The thing is that the firing range of Zieten is 18 kilometers, and she won't be able to reach her enemy positioned 20 kilometers away. So for now, we'll just sum up the results of 3 shots. For the purity of the experiment, Tirpitz will also be firing at just 3 targets.
Well, let's take a look how she'll do that.
5 kilometers.
A hit for 3,828 damage.
Now the range is 10 kilometers.
And it seems like all German battleships have the same numbers in terms of damage they deal from various ranges.
We'll figure that out right now. 15 kilometers.
Ha! I told you! It's 3,828 again. Please announce the winner.
The winner of the first trial is Tirpitz.
The premium battleship inflicted 99 more damage than her opponent. Total damage dealt, Tirpitz, 11,484. Zieten, 11,385. That was extremely close. But rules are rules. The score is 1-0.
The ranges to the targets remain the same for this trial: 5, 10, and 15 kilometers. The difference is that the attacker will be firing full salvos like they would during a standard battle.
The victory conditions are the same, either citadel hits or damage.
Zieten is the first to fire, 5 kilometers to the target.
A full salvo. Almost 18,000 damage. Not bad.
10 kilometers.
1,150 damage. The newcomer feels way too modest.
15 kilometers. Shells in the air.
8,740 damage and still no citadel hits. I think that Tirpitz will now show that being overly modest doesn't suit battleships.
Let's find out. The target is 5 kilometers away.
8,816 damage. I thought that Zieten was the modest one here.
10 kilometers, shells in the air.
6,148. Is anyone going to score a citadel hit today?
The final salvo in this trial, 15 kilometers.
19,000 and still no citadel hits? Well, let's calculate which ship inflicted more damage then. The game's veteran managed to inflict almost 34,104 damage, while Zieten has slightly less than 28,000 to her name. It means that Tirpitz wins in our second trial again. The score is 2-0.
Zieten will have a chance to catch up to Tirpitz immediately after a commercial break. The show goes on.
Greetings, Captain. I'm Dasha, your voice-activated digital assistant.
Dasha, full ahead.
Aye, full ahead.
Dasha, lock on Yamato.
Target locked.
Dasha, fire all guns.
Target hit. 3 citadel hits. Damage inflicted. 55,000.
Dasha, another salvo at Yamato.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Dasha, plot a course to key area B.
Course plotted. Captain, would you like me to play your favorite music?
Yes, sure.
Captain, torpedoes ahead.
Dasha, starboard helm.
Did you say cardboard helmet? The relevant internet search suggests...
Dasha, starboard. Starboard. Starboard.
Did you say cardboard? The internet search...
Dasha, turn the ship to starboard.
Направо! Направо!
Would you like me to play your favorite music? Your ship has been destroyed. Want to play again?
That was the best experience of my entire life.
Having tested their main armaments, it's time to unveil the power of their...
Secondary batteries.
Calm down, my friend. We'll get there eventually. Let's first find out what German torpedoes are capable of. The next task is very simple. Each battleship launches torpedoes at her adversary.
I remember that we had such a trial in a previous episode. The ship that sinks her opponent using fewer torpedoes wins. Moving is prohibited, which is why torpedoes can only be launched from one side.
That's right, Tirpitz will launch her torpedoes first.
We've got 4 torpedo hits. Zieten starts losing HP from 2 flooding instances.
Tirpitz didn't even make it to reload. Zieten had already sunk. 4 torpedoes were enough.
Now it's Zieten's turn to test the durability of Tirpitz's torpedo protection.
Four torpedoes and 2 instances of flooding.
We've got the same result. Zieten couldn't even reload her guns. Tirpitz had already been destroyed. Both ships managed to sink each other using 4 torpedoes and 2 instances of flooding.
Naturally, the result of this trial isn't very accurate. In a real battle, a flooding ship would try to eliminate the hazard as fast as possible. Other than that, the torpedoes of these 2 battleships are highly effective weapons.
That's how we'll record it. The torpedoes of both ships are good, so it's a draw in this auxiliary armament trial. The battleships each earn 1 point. The total score is 3-1. Captain, want your enemies to miss more often when firing at your fuso? Want your battleship to look flawless? Want to instill fear into your enemies? Then grab the Japanese Castle Camouflage. Japanese Castle is beautiful. Japanese Castle is stylish. Japanese Castle is reliable. Additionally, after every 1,000 victories, the statue on board Fuso grows in size by 1%. With the Japanese Castle Camouflage equipped, you'll emerge victorious just because of your appearance and the height of your statue. Japanese Castle. It's prohibited to enter battle without it. This video has been prepared with the support of the Fuso Preservation Society, 12+. Finally, we're going to test their secondary batteries. I've been waiting for this since the start of the show.
Taking into account that this is one of the primary features of German battleships, we're going to witness a fascinating face-off. For the first trial, the battleships will be positioned 5 kilometers apart and will be firing at each other using only their secondary guns. The ship that sends their adversary to the port first wins. After that, we're going to repeat this trial, but with the secondary batteries of the battleships enhanced to the max. For the 3rd and 4th trials, each battleship will be trying to sink one of the most heavily armored destroyers in our game, Elbing, as fast as possible. An important note, for all these trials, the battleships will be firing with the target priority set. The ship that wins in the most secondary battery trials will have a point added to their overall score.
The battleships are in position. Secondary batteries ready. Fire!
3 minutes and 25 seconds, 4 instances of fire, and 121 hits were required for Tirpitz to send Zieten back to the port.
Meanwhile, Zieten managed to hit Tirpitz 163 times, set 3 fires on board, and deal 57,390 damage.
Now, let's enhance their secondary batteries and start a new trial.
The result is 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Tirpitz was faster again. She scored 237 hits and started 5 fire instances on board her enemy.
Zieten hit her enemy more than 300 times, but managed to set Tirpitz on fire just twice, and she dealt 48,500 damage.
Now it's time to fire at the destroyer, but first, a commercial.
Too many battleships visiting your base? Don't know what to cook for your guests? We have a solution. Treat them to sausages by Shimakaze. Sausages of the Shimakaze brand are sold in a triple pack with 15 pieces inside. Battleships will be pleased with that treat, and they won't come again uninvited. Sausages by Shimakaze. Feed your uninvited guests fast.
we're back. Captain, you're still watching Rico, Chet, and we have Zieten here with us, ready to fire her secondary guns at Elbing. Off we go!
"72 hits, 2 minutes and 49 seconds.
A great result. Tirpitz goes next.
"77 hits and almost a minute more were needed for the premium battleship to sink the destroyer.
Now we'll enhance the secondary batteries of the battleships to the max. Elbing and Zieten are in position. The final trial of our show kicks off.
The time is 1 minute and 11 seconds. 67 hits. Excellent.
Tirpitz goes next. One more time.
70 hits, 1 minute and 13 seconds.
Let's sum up the results of the secondary battery trial. Tirpitz won in the first 2 sub-trials, but Zieten was faster when Elbing served as a target. I suggest a draw. What do you say?
Totally agree on that. Both battleships proved themselves to be great in the trial, so they both earn 1 point each.
It means that the final score in Ricochet is 4-2. Tirpitz wins today's show.
But colleague, Zieten is a decent ship as well. I'll keep repeating time and time again that the true power of any ship lies in the hands of the captain at her helm.
That's true, I remember that. That's why I'll now helm Tirpitz and go for victory.
As you will, my Zieten was just waiting for that.
Captain, while we prepare to head into battle, hit the like button under the video and subscribe to the channel.
Also, make sure to mention a couple of ships in the comments that you want to see in a future episode.
This was Ricochet. See you soon.